Under the shade of the book tree's brown shade, it's a magical place. In the book place where anything can happen. In the book there's a story from the reading chair. Reading a story from the reading chair. In the book there's a story from the reading chair. We went walking this morning, and who did we see? Nola, dancing by the book place tree. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Nola said, good morning, and we danced for a while. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Good morning, we danced for a while. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Good morning, we danced for a while. We went walking this morning, and who did we see? Pete, dancing by the book place tree. Oh, yeah. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Pete said, good morning, and we danced for a while. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Good morning, we danced for a while. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Good morning, we danced for a while. We went walking this morning, and who did we see? Amelia, dancing by the book place tree. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Amelia said, good morning, then we danced for a while. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Good morning, we danced for a while. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Good morning, we danced for a while. We went walking this morning, and who did we see? Michael, dancing by the book place tree. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Michael said, good morning, and we danced for a while. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Good morning, we danced for a while. Good morning, we said as we smiled. Good morning, we danced for a while.
I love starting the day with a good dance and sing.
Good morning, we said.
It sounds to me like Bookie, like starting the day with a good morning as well.
Yeah.
Bookie!
Hello, good morning.
Hello, everybody.
How are you, Bookie?
Hello there. How?
Bookie, hats, why so many hats?
Look at all the hats.
Well, good question. Well, you see, there are 4 hats. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now then, how many people?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Of course, but who's going to wear which hat?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well,
Okay.
you could have a choose.
I'll wear the sombrero.
Okay.
Right. Olé.
I'm going to wear this Jess's hat. I like how it's jingly with bells on it.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
What are you
I think I might wear this one because it's got a spinny thing on the top, just like a helicopter.
Cool. Well, I suppose I should wear this one because it's the only one left.
That's a good reason.
But I like this one because I can pick things up with it and
How do you
hold
do that?
things.
How do you do that?
Well, because can you see? There's magnets on the ends, and magnets are used to pick things up, metal things.
So what kind of things?
Oh, what kind of things? Well, I'll have to investigate that, Nils, but I'm sure that Dustin and Lucy can help us out.
Hello, I'm here with my friend Dustin, and Dustin's written into Bookworm to ask all about magnets. So what did you want to know about magnets, Dustin?
How did the other magnet stick to the other one?
How do magnets stick to other magnets? That's because magnets are really special types of metals. And we're going to test out some magnets with our magnetic drawings here. We've got some metal on top. Can you see this metal? It's like powder. You can pick it up. It's just like powder. And underneath we've got some magnets. Do you want to test if this one's a magnet, Dustin? Let's see. Does it like that metal?
Yep.
It does. Look at all that metal. So this must be a magnet because it's attracting the other type of metal. That's great. If we move the magnets around like this, can you see that that metal is attracting?
Yep.
What does it look like to you?
It looks like a funny duck.
A funny duck. Or some sort of funny fluffy animal. So Dustin has a magnetic train set, and each part of the train set has a magnet at this end and that end. So let's see how they connect up. Dustin, can you show me what happens with your magnetic train set? Let's see. I'm going to push it towards this one. Is it going to connect up with this one? Let's see. It's pushing it away. What do you think we should do?
Turn that one around.
Turn this one around? Okay, let's try now. Oh, fantastic, it worked. Shall we see if we can add any others onto the train?
Yep.
Which one's next? The orange one? Spinning it around. Ooh. Fantastic. And the next one? Oh, this one's going backwards. So it seems that sometimes the magnets like each other and sometimes they don't like each other. What's happening with this one?
Going away.
It's going away. So do you think it likes it or doesn't like it?
Doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it. How are we going to make it like it?
Turn it around.
Shall we turn it around? Line it up. Oh, brilliant. Look how long our train is.
This is a great hat. It's really useful. It can keep the flies away, but it's also got magnets on it. And magnets can pick up metal things, just like this. Do you know there are some magnets that are so big they can even pick up cars? That's true. Mem Fox wrote a book about another magic hat. I don't think it had magnets on it, but it could change people into animals. Let's watch Mem read it.
Hello, I'm going to read you a book called The Magic Hat. And I'm Mem Fox, and I wrote it. And I wrote another book with magic in the title, can you remember? A long time ago. It's called Possum Magic. Yes, that was me too. Let's see what this one sounds like. One fine day from out of town, without any warning at all, there appeared a magic hat. Oh, the magic hat, the magic hat. It moved like this, it moved like that. It spun through the air and over a road and sat on the head of a warty old toad. Oh, the magic hat, the magic hat. It moved like this, it moved like that. It spun through the air like a bouncing balloon and sat on the head of a hairy baboon. Oh, the magic hat, the magic hat. It moved like this, it moved like that. It spun through the air from way over there and sat on the head of a sleepy old bear. Oh, the magic hat, the magic hat. It moved like this, it moved like that. It spun through the air, it's true, and sat on the head of a kangaroo. Oh, the magic hat, the magic hat. It moved like this, it moved like that. It spun through the air for 1.5 miles and sat on the head of a lofty giraffe. And then, with a skip, and then, with a hop, a wizard appeared with a sign that said, "Stop." So, everyone stopped and stared in surprise at the wonderful wizard with sparkling eyes, who took from his beard, with a nod and a wink, a wand which he waved. And what do you think? The toad, the baboon, the bear, and the roo, and of course the giraffe, oh, what a to-do, turned back into people, dazed and confused, watched by a crowd that was highly amused. While no one was looking, the wizard, meanwhile, skipped out of town with a mischievous smile. And of course, on his head was the fabulous hat. that made all the magic wherever it sat. That's my last story for the book place. It's been wonderful working with these people, and I'd like to take my magic hat off to them. Ta-da! Thanks for everything. It's been brilliant. Bye-bye.
Wasn't that a great story that Mem read?
I loved it. I would really like a hat like that. It'd probably be fun turning people into baboons. Speaking of hats, though, I have another story about a hat. It's called the Crangle Wangled Hat.
Is that the Crangle Wangle that lived in the crumpety tree?
Oh, it certainly is. And I was wondering, if I read the story, could you please do the felt board pieces?
Yeah, these are the pieces.
Yes, please.
Right.
Thank you. Right, are we ready? Crangle Wangle. On top of the crumpety tree, the Crangle Wangle sat.
There he is.
But his face you could not see on account of his beaver hat. His hat was 102 feet wide, with ribbons and bibbons on every side, and bells and buttons and loops and lace, so that nobody ever could see the face of the Crangle Wangle Quee. The Crangle Wangle said to himself on the crumpety tree, "Jam and jelly and bread are the best food for me." Yum, 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 yum. I don't know how he'd find his mouth under that hat. But the longer I live on this crumpety tree, the plainer than ever it seems to me that very few people come this way, and that life on the whole is far from gay, said the Crangle Wangle Quee. Sounds like he's a bit lonely. But there came to the crumpety tree Mr. and Mrs. Canary, and they said, "Did ever you see any spot so charmingly airy? May we build a nest on your lovely hat? Mr. Crangle Wangle, grant us that. Oh, please let us come and build a nest of whatever material suits you best, Mr. Crangle Wangle Quee." Well, since they asked so nicely. And besides, to the crumpety tree came the stork, the duck, and the owl. So stork,
Here we go.
duck,
And what else? Owl.
owl, the snail, and the bumblebee. All to the crumpety tree. There's more too. The frog, and the thimble fowl. The thimble fowl with a corkscrew leg.
Corkscrew leg.
And all of them said, "We humbly beg we may build our homes on your lovely hat. Mr. Crangle Wangle, grant us that. Mr. Crangle Wangle Quee."
What's next?
Oh, and the golden grouse came there, and the pobble, who has no toes.
The pobble.
Where's the pobble?
Here's the pobble.
The pobble who has no toes. And the small Olympian bear. And the dong with a luminous nose. Don't think I've ever seen one of those before. No. The blue baboon who played the flute, of course. And the orient calf from the land of Toot. Oh, the orient calf. Oh, very handsome calf.
Nice stuff.
And the attery squash.
Attery squash. That's this funny, hairy-looking thing.
And the bisky bat.
The bat.
Not just any bat, the bisky bat. All came and built on the lovely hat of the Crangle Wangled Queen. It's going to be very busy there. And the Crangle Wangle said to himself on the crumpety tree, when all these creatures move, what a wonderful noise there'll be. And at night, by the light of the mulberry moon, they danced to the flute of the blue baboon on the broad green leaves of the crumpety tree, and all were as happy could be. With the Crangle Wangled Queen. So there were some bizarre creatures in that. You know what? I wonder if the Crangle Wangled Queen knows the Mad Hatter.
Say, Chair, you look very dashing in your hat.
Yes, quite dignified, don't you think, Bookworm?
Yes, you don't usually see hats like that. Not everywhere.
No, you don't. But they're quite big at weddings and horse races, I'm told.
Oh, I see. Well, I think I like mine better, because it's more likely to stay on my head if the wind blew.
What sort of hat is that, Bookworm?
Well, I think it's called an elf's hat. An elf's hat. Oh, would you like to hear a story about an elf's hat, would you, Chair?
Oh, it would be my pleasure, Bookworm. Fire away.
I think that means yes. One fine day, an elf went for a walk. As he trundled through the woods, a low-hanging branch brushed his hat off his head. The elf never noticed, and the hat lay where it fell. A frog hopped by. He saw the empty hat.
Croak, croak. A lovely place to sleep.
He said,
A wonderful house for me alone.
and he hopped inside his warm new home. Not long after, a mouse ran by. She saw the lumpy hat and squeaked.
Squeak, squeak. I'm in a hat. Imagine that. Squeak, squeak. Hello in there. Do you have some room to spare?
The frog looked out of the hat.
Yes.
He said,
Come in, come in.
next, a hare came hopping past. He saw the lumpy hat, twitched his nose, and said,
A home in a hat. Imagine that. Twitch, twitch. Hello in there. Do you have some room to spare?
The frog and mouse looked out of the hat.
Yes, yes.
They said,
Come in, come in.
and then a hedgehog ambled by. He saw the lumpy hat and sniffed.
Oh, a home in a hat. Imagine that. Hello in there. Do you have some room to spare?
The frog and mouse and hare looked out of the hat.
Yes, yes, yes.
They said,
Come in.
A crow then landed on the ground. She saw the lumpy hat and cawed.
Home in a hat. Imagine that. Quack, quack. Hello in there. Do you have some room to spare?
The frog and mouse and hare and hedgehog looked out of the hat.
Yes, yes.
They said, come in. Right after that, a fox crept up. He saw the lumpy hat and yipped.
A home in a hat. Imagine that. Yip, yip. Hello in there. Do you have some room to spare?
The frog and mouse and hare and hedgehog and crow looked out of the hat.
Yes,
Yes.
They said.
Come in.
Then a boar ran by. She saw the lumpy hat and grunted.
A home in a hat? Imagine that. Hello in there. Do you have some room to spare?
The frog and mouse and hare and hedgehog and crow and fox looked out of the hat.
Yes.
They said.
Come in.
All of a sudden, a wolf dashed by. He saw the lumpy hat and howled.
Oh, home in a hat. Imagine that. Oh, hello in there. Do you have some room to spare?
The frog and mouse and hare and hedgehog and crow and fox and boar looked out of the hat.
Yes.
They said.
Come in.
And then a bear lumbered through the woods. He saw the lumpy hat and growled.
A home in a hat. Imagine that. Hello in there. Do you have some room to spare?
The frog and mouse and hare and hedgehog and crow and fox and boar and wolf looked out of the hat.
Yes.
They said.
Come in.
It was getting crowded in the elf's red hat. Very crowded. Then up hopped a teeny-weeny flea. She nibbled a door for herself in the hat, then crawled inside and said,
I'm just a teeny-weeny flea. Surely you have some room for me?
No!
The elf's hat wiggled and jiggled, and out popped the bear, and wolf, and boar, and fox, and hedgehog, and hare, and mouse, and frog. And as fast as they could, they ran off through the woods. So the flea settled in, as happy as could be. Around about then, the elf came back for his missing hat.
There you are.
He said, brushing it off fondly. He clattered onto his head and kept on going to see what he could see. And all the way there, and all the way back, in her home in a hat, went the teeny-weeny flea. Why, just imagine that.
Well, I'll tell you, Bookworm, I wouldn't have liked to have a flea near me either.
Oh, why not, Chair?
Well, because, well, they make you itchy.
Yeah?
They do. And no wonder that mouse and that wolf and the bear and all those other animals didn't want that flea with them either.
Yes. It sounds very unpleasant.
Aye. Yes, I'm convinced. This is the hat for me.
And I'm convinced that this is the hat for me. French birdie.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm just loving this sombrero. Ole!
Avast, lovers! Avast behind!
Very nice.
I'm a sailor.
Well, I think we're all ready for our song then.
Beautiful.
Ready to go,
Did somebody say something about a song?
We did.
I love to wear my big blue hat. I love to wear my big blue hat. I love to wear my big blue hat every Monday morning.
Well, I love to wear a sombrero. I love to wear a sombrero. I love to wear a sombrero every Tuesday morning.
And every day in every way there's something we all love to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday too.
I love to wear my French beret. I love to wear my French beret. I love to wear my French beret every Wednesday morning.
I love to wear my magnet hat. I love to wear my magnet hat. I love to wear my magnet hat every Thursday morning.
Oh, yeah.
And every day in every way there's something we all love to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday too.
I love to wear a sailor's hat. I love to wear a sailor's hat.
It's lost.
I love to wear a sailor's hat every Friday morning.
I love to wear a jester's hat. I love to wear a jester's hat. I love to wear a jester's hat every Saturday morning.
Yeah, on the weekends.
And every day in every way there's something we all love to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday too.
Oh, quick! Ready, quick!
We love to wear our bookplace hats. We love to wear our bookplace hats. We love to wear our bookplace hats every Sunday morning. And every day in every way there's something we all love to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday too. Yes, every day in every way there's something we all love to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday too.
Well, we have some dear friends with us today in the book play.
Yes, they're here to sing a song with
And
us.
it's good to be back.
Take it away, Andy.
It's getting late now, we've got to go. We're at the end of another show. Put the books away in the bookshelf. Turn out the lights and close the door. Wave your hands goodbye, blow a kiss so long. Say see you later, alligator too. Shake each other's hands, gee, it's been really grand. Let's do it all again some other, do it all again some other, do it all again some other time.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Today's books on the book place were The Magic Hat, written by Mem Fox, illustrated by Tricia Tusa, published by Scholastic Australia. The Crangle Wangled Hat, text by Edward Lear, illustrations by Helen Oxenbury, published by Picture Mammoth. And The Elf's Hat, written by Bridget Wenninger, illustrated by John A. Rowe, published by North South Books.